Well, I think a lot of the civilians who were caught up in this conflict area are now starting to come out. A lot of them were in the transit centers being processed, and we're starting to see them coming out to Vavuniya, where all the IDP camps are. There are still some in the transit centers, and we are providing food for them in those centers, mainly cooked food. And as soon as they're processed, they'll all be brought out to Vavuniya. So in the next couple of days, we think they'll all be coming out.
What are your co-workers in the area telling you about the situation right now? How they're able to deal with this enormous number of people and all the needs that they have?
Well, it is definitely a huge challenge, and there are a lot of issues that needs to be taken care of. It's nearly now going to be 250,000 people in these camps. So naturally, it's a massive challenge, and we're working with government in trying to ensure that additional land is cleared and tents and shelters are put up. Similarly, sanitation and water is also provided as soon as possible. So, I mean, we need to work around the clock in order to make this happen. But certainly the focus has to be to stabilize the situation in the camps now and try and bring about normalcy as possible for these people who've gone through a very difficult and a horrendous time during the last couple of months.
Are you getting full access to the people who need your assistance? Because obviously when the fighting was going on, this was something that was a major source of contention between aid organisations and the government.
Yes, I mean, at that time, the access that we were talking about was to the conflict area. Now we don't need that access because we are now talking about access only to the camps. And yes, we've been getting access to the camps previously, and of course there are a few challenges that we're facing currently, like your reporter did mention just a little while ago. And we are talking to government to see how we can work through those processes to try and make it as easy as possible because, yes, I mean, the challenge is huge. There's a lot of work that needs to be done and needs to be done quickly. And access is an important aspect of that whole process. So we are all looking to see as to how best we can get these things done in the shortest possible time.
Do you expect that the government will cooperate with your efforts?
Yes, I mean, we've been working all this time in partnership with government, and I think they'll see the importance of this. I'm sure they've got other reasons as to why the access has been restricted at the moment somewhat in terms of how we get in there to deliver our services. We still can get in, but it's a little bit more tedious than what we had in terms of previous access. But it's been discussed at all levels, and we'll probably be able to work through this pretty quickly. But I think it is important because these people have gone through, like I said, a terrible time and have come out exhausted, traumatized, scarred. And I think the best way to heal this situation is to try and ensure that we provide them all the assistance that we can give them in this interim period until such time they can return to their homes and restore their livelihoods.